Hi there. Ever since OBS had an update that changed the UI with the volume controls, I always have to double check like which is the button to mute my microphone. I might get it wrong on these days, so like if one day you see that I muted and I don't realize it, it's probably because of that. But this is gonna be another day of Octopath. Yes, I'm the finale of Master of All Quest, plus the beginning of whatever comes after it. Because I did see like that chapter 8 is the final one of this quest. Hi there, kiddo. Octo Sunday. I wonder if the wiki in the Octopath Traveler world has like 8 days instead of 7. One for each class. First of all, though, I have to address one thing. Do you see anything that's like incongruent with how I left the game last stream? Give you a second to think about it. So here's the thing, you might have realized, you might be wondering, why is everybody level 30? And why do I have so much money all of a sudden? I have to go back to Wishvale for this. So there's a quest in Wishvale now where I have to build a museum. Oh, and I don't have the... I'm missing quality, so I was sure I had the materials for it. I have to quickly go and try to gather a bit more. There's so many flames grace well, so I'll go there. Anyway, to build the museum, you need some materials that you can only get in some of the higher level overworld areas like this one. So I was doing that yesterday after the stream. I was just wandering these maps to get more materials. And I had to fight a lot of battles, because you do have to do that for the materials to respawn. Anyway, what a happy coincidence, because I was just gonna talk about this. When I was farming for materials off stream, I met with this. I have to get this screenshot. Where was it? Here, I was out to just gather materials and I found all of this. So what's on screen right now is the weak version of the cat. It's basically the metal slime from Octopath. I came across one of these. His works pretty much the same, but he has higher health and gives you much more experience and money. I also figured out what's the best, most reliable way to kill those cats. You have to use soul stones. There are these items that cast one spell as interconsumable. And I found this one and I beat it. Then I found another one. And then I found a third one, but the third one was a weak cat like this one. And that gave me a ton of experience and money. And as you can see now, everybody in my party has a note. That's thanks to how much JP I got from killing those cats. And now here's a fourth one. Yeah, you don't even attack with your party, you just use a combination of helpers and the soul stones to kill it. For this one, I think just M soul stones will do. And it still gives a good amount of experience. Plus a ton of JP, that's gonna be important. Yesterday I also figured out how mastery works. I was completely off base on what this was for. Because I was thinking on Arcanist logic, where mastery is like upgrading your skills. That's not what you do in this game. When you get to mastery in a skill in this game, you can see how there's a held bar here. What you actually do is you create a copy of the skill that you can equip on someone else. Say, for example, I had Yuki with 1 mastery in 2-tier shot. That means if I go to Delicia, for example, I can give her the 2-tier shot. Basically, this allows you to pass your character's skills to one another after you learn out their skills. And their passives. It also works on the passives. Yeah, this is really useful. For example, I got Therion to make 1 SP Thief and copy. And then I gave it to Hidney, because she did have an issue with running out of SP pretty fast. Now that won't be a problem anymore. I also got Collect from Tressa, so now she can steal both items and money. Also, the Snatch was taken from Therion. It doubles how much money and items she steals. So before, I had theorized about potentially how you could maybe make Mace into a tank where she provokes and then spams rest to keep healing herself. You can potentially do that now, like if you use Mastery to get some of Viator's skills and give them to Macy. Or you can do the other way around, you can take Macy's rest and give it to a tank. Should work pretty well too. And here's other thing you can do now after finishing the Kindlers of the Flame quest. You can... An NPC that's not in a house, you can place in just in the town like this. They just won't give you any items, but you can use them to essentially decorate. Makes it feel a bit more lived in. Yeah, I currently have more money than I know what to do with. There is this passive called Immeasurable Power Mastery in the shop. It makes physical attacks, physical skills use twice SP but deal more damage. Which sounds pretty strong, but then by costing twice SP you're gonna run out pretty quickly, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. But I keep it locked just in case, so it like won't leave the shop when the inventory rotates. And thanks to the farm I did yesterday, I could finally build myself a big house. I did underestimate just how big it was gonna be, like it takes most of this region that was already small for building. And then I found out one more thing. As you can see, I've placed spring rolls in the house now. And what happens? Try to get her to say one specific dialogue. Oh, I haven't seen this one before. Not long ago I caught the scent of stewed chicken and tomatoes. Reminded me of my childhood. Oh, this one. I'd love to dance to nostalgia songs. I've even told her as much what has yet to happen. I don't know what's going on in that pretty head of hers, but I find the mystery to be quite alluring. I feel I go and talk to Saoirse. If I sing and Primrose dances, I'm sure it would be a performance for the ages, but we've yet to do it. When would it be a good time, I wonder? So apparently, if you place those two in the same house, you'll get this new dialogue where they talk about each other, which I had no idea. And there's probably more of them, like some hidden dialogue lines. And I can place this massive building now. I mean, can I have to clear some space? Let's say Thither. The library and some other things. Who is that? I see. Is it gonna be like a jukebox? Can I change this background music in Wishvale? Because that was one thing I actually had Said I wished you had as an option. There's another side quest, but I'll see what's in the museum first. And does stay when if you leave the building. And after that, I guess I'll have to find some treasure around the world to fill the museum with. Now with the Flames Grace music, I really wish you could just change the biome so everything like looks snowy. Or turn everything into a desert. Adrian the Promoter. How do I elevate this into quality entertainment? With a monster arena? Let us try champion of the Wish Arena, a home has triumphed over the beasts. Many others contest down for the challenge and crowds will follow. Downfall of Mighty Wars is a safe town, that's a good point actually. I actually think we could use a leisure facility of some sort. Oh, it's probably gonna require more quality materials. I don't have many of those, especially after building the museum. It is kinda boring to farm them, because you just run back and forth from the overworld. I just see what I'll have to gather. It's not that much, I already have almost the amount of quality metal I need. I know where to farm quality stone. Monster trap I probably have to get from so many pieces in Flames Grace, so I have to search for them later. And as I advance the main quest, I'll probably find more of those materials like in the later maps. Not this house.
Ojo-samaが受けた矢は 幸い急所をそれました。
They are just Mr. Vitals.
しかし未だ危険な状態にあります。峠を越えられるかは王女様次第でしょう。
You are right just at the right time when I just started in the new chapter. Up until this point I was just explaining some stuff.
何を泣いているの？洗うね。
Ainda devem ser like a side quest in Wishvale.
私、頑張ろうとしたの。だけど、姉さんみたいに強くはなれないみたい。自信を持ちなさい。あなたは強くなっているわ。忘れないで、洗うね。私はいつだってあなたのそばにいる。姉さん。さあ、立ち上がって。
荒尾根様。お気
I
づき
just
になられたの
survived
です
them.
ね。
ここは
エドラスの民家を借り領地しておりました。
ご迷惑をおかけし申し訳ありません。
Well, like genetic enemy snipers seem to be very inaccurate, so
を心配されていましたが、
it's no wonder that he just missed her vital, so she's alive.
戦場へ赴きました。
It's stormtrooper logic.
今はまだ安静に。
Also, to be fair, he wasn't aiming at her. She got in the way when he was shooting at the king. So I think it makes sense.
でも行かなくては。ソロン王と共にパーディス3世を止めるのです。
From an allied company from the army of Altania and the people of Fedoras. So it was taking part in this assassination plot that was failed, and started to boost the morale of the allied army. Furthermore, with the jester Gonska slain, whose rules revealed, the Edoras could no longer count on neighboring Raven for support. Nevertheless, the army of Fedoras was the most formidable in the realm, vastly outclassing their foe. The allied forces' hopes for victory were strong at best, still hope filled their hearts as they marched. The fight for Sarah's future was nigh. Wounds were overall quite little, mostly because of infections. I mean, can you imagine if this game had a like wound mechanic? Like if you play something like Fear and Hunger, if you step on a nail in that game, I think you get a foot infection and die just from that.
食らうぞい。連合軍とは名ばかりの民兵と敗残兵の寄せ集め。まさか遅れを取る前に。
You'll not fail me, will you?
もう二度と。いざ出陣。あれは荒尾根殿。
glad Miro took off those random nails from the ground because he's really the worst. Oh well, the sequel has landmines.
陛下、遅れてしまい申し訳ありません。
体は安静にしていなくては。
陛下、どうか私も共に行かせてください。この国の未来の
Keep
ため
a
に。
watch for anybody with a bow here. Don't want that to happen again. It's like almost even the exact same composition as when she was shot.
戦の傷も癒えないアルティニアの兵、武器を取ったエドラスの民、共に立ち上がってくれたことを誇りに思います。皆さんには守るべきものがありますか？姉のエリカにはありました。エドラスの民です。そのために戦い、姉は命を落としました。パーディス3世はさらに強大となり、その手は大陸全土へ広がっています。私は姉の意志を継ぎ守りたい。
Also feels me fagging how Kra's no anesthetic for most of Unix's existence.
私たち一人一人は
I think in this universe at least, I think I saw item that's like no being dust. They probably use that instead of anesthesia.
炎となります。命の炎を燃やすのです。
Or I might be thinking of another series.
己が守るべきもののために。皆さん、この戦は兵の士気にかかっています。私も戦地に赴きます。行きましょう。
So another thing I did yesterday was peruse some of the wiki for the Octopath gacha game. It's called Champions of the Continent. Specifically, I was looking at a list of all the characters, all the playable units. Also, it's probably not the right way, but where am I even actually? I just have to go back to Cracksphere, but I want to see what's down this path. I was looking at all the characters in Champions of the Continent, and then I had to stop because it was making me want to play Champions of the Continent, and that wasn't good. Especially since it was just last stream that I made a point of how I was probably never going to start a gacha game again. Like Dark Knights was gonna be the last one until it eventually shuts down. But the Octopath gacha has so many cool characters. Like a bunch of them that show up in this story, plus some that are not gonna be here in Zero. Also, pretty much all of the collab characters are also super cool. Like, there was a Romance in Saga 2 character, and I had no idea the gacha game had collabed with that series. I was just jump scared by a Saga character all of a sudden in the list. Plus, there's several characters that are part of the plot here in Zero as well, but they're only playable in the gacha. I talk about how Elrica is in the gacha game, and she's like you can have her as a permanent playable character. She still dies in the plot, but you can still use her. Laune is also playable in there. And some other characters from the plot as well, like also is a elite enemy. If you remember Rinu from the what was his name? The Titus quest from the beginning of the game. She's playable in the gacha, not in this game. Same for Marius, the general who dies in the beginning of this quest. And so at some point I had to just stop perusing the wiki before I end up wanting to download the game. And I was gonna say, if only it wasn't a gacha, but now here's a version of it that's, I mean, it's almost that gamey, but not as a gacha. It's just that each version, like the gacha and Zero, is missing a lot of content that the other has. I don't know, I think it's just that I've been burned out in gacha games for a long time now. Because if it's a normal game, you just have to wonder if a game looks fun to you, if you're interested, you just get it and play it. It's not that simple with a gacha. With a gacha, the question is... It's not just do you think you have fun with this game, it's are you ready to get this game, log into it every single day to do daily quests, which depending on the gacha can take like 1 hour of your time every day. To essentially do the maintenance that you need. It's like such a massive commitment that I don't feel like doing that anymore. And that and deal with the fact that at the end of the day the game is gonna be designed to frustrate you into paying up to get an advantage. Something that an offline conversion like this won't have. That's one reason why I didn't care at all about Arknight Sandfield, because if it was like emulating the aesthetic and the gameplay of MiHoYo games so much that it was almost surely also gonna emulate the aggressive monetization of those games. The Grameter abandoned ruins today. Tomorrow has 100 free tries. Don't have to save enough to reach 300 currently here or not. I haven't actually blew out the crystals I had in some other banner, and I got nothing out of it again. Not that it's that much of an issue to me because of the reasons I just mentioned. I forgot to try to... No, never mind, you can't steal from elite enemies. Because I realized that the moment you stop giving your full attention to a gacha game, like you log in just for a free pose or stuff like that, you stop playing doing the dailies and playing events, you basically your account stagnates and you don't get anywhere. You actually have to basically treat the game like a job if you want to actually get good at it. Like have a strong account. Which I don't think I'm ready to do with any game. If I was a full-time streamer, which is most likely never gonna happen, but then I could consider hopping into another gacha game, probably the one from Octopath, because then playing is actually your job now. Aside from Arknights. Yeah, my point was that I don't really want to ever start another gacha game having to work from the beginning. Because my Arknights account is at the point where I can pretty much beat anything. I don't even have to ever pull for new characters. Unless the game gets like really bad with the power creep in the future, which might happen. Like, I would not start Dark Knights today if I didn't have a years old account on it already. With basically every character I ever wanted. And the game hasn't been releasing any new characters that I want to pull for. So maybe I should explore more of that map. I think it's easier if you warp to the town again later and then come out from here. Should explore this remaining area. You must have the routine like down to. You have to be able to do it really quickly if you're clearing Nikkei's daily missions in 15 minutes. When I said before that I gacha can take up to an hour to do our dailies, I was actually allured to Nikkei because for the brief time I played it, I remember it took up a lot of my time. In Nikkei you have to transition through so many screens just to do your dailies. And that got exhausting pretty quickly. I talked about this before. One reason why I still stick Dark Knights is that it's very low maintenance. You really have to do very little just to upkeep with the daily missions and get everything you can. And I was stuck, I wasn't giving my full attention to the cutscene. Apparently fighting Krauser now, thought he was on our side. You have quality of life options to do the dailies, but have to unlock them. I think there's no nice way to put it. I think that sucks. I would think I gave Alexa an AoE fire attack. And when I was doubling with masteries, I got the... I said I wanted Laurana to have an AoE healing skill. I used mastery to get the one that Pius learns and give it to her. And usually the AoE healing skill will be like weaker, but Laurana's heal is so strong that even the AoE one is pretty much a full heal at with no BP.
リズムを感じて
I used the wrong skill. I meant to use parry there.
お任せください。いきますよ。おとなしくしていてください。さてと
Hey, fully charged one. Nice.
いい万丈この一手来る想定通り手応えあり
ヒーローしまったやめ
今が攻め時です。焦らずに行きましょう。休むわ。
Wonder if they have anything worth. Oh, can steal from the minions.
全力だ。任せて。イカズチを貫け。手応えあり。単純な攻撃だな。力を込める。どこからでも来なさい。さあ、どうしよう。
Hey, nice, just the guy. I thought Hayden had a multi hit sword attack, but I gave it to Vieto. I'll probably have to take it off him because he doesn't attack that often.
耳を澄ませて。身を歌に愛してよく観察して。雷鳴よ、手応えあり。こっちの番だ。任せて。はあ、力の限り。
命乞いも俺の耳には届かんぞ。
Yeah, let's just throw power and got 2 shield back. It's not gonna be enough.
耳を澄ませて。逃さないわ。我が名はビアトル。全力だ。アキークの怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。今さら泣いても許さないよ。
It looks like Radiant Tower is not as strong as 2 tier shot. I might have to give that to Delish as well. But 2 tier shot will make you get behind the legs after using it. Not sure if I found that weapon.
任せてちょうだい。味わいなさい。波状射撃よ。今さら泣いても許さないよ。舞台は整ってお任せください。
Can we repeat
おと
that?
なしくしていてください。
Okay, now the pass is renewed to like the mass moderation.
任せて。研ぎ澄ます。体に教えてやる。当てられるものか。
No, actually, I have to try and not kill him before I can use Strand Collect on him.
こちらの番。ここは私の舞台。さあ、行くぞ。
And looks like I won't be able to do that.
任せてもらおう。私は頭脳労働担当なのだ。雷鳴よ、轟き響け。行くわよ。頼むわね。もらってくよ。
Hunter position master. And it's true because of her passive.
お任せください。始めるわよ。私に気ができた。やるべきことはわかるね。一肌脱ごう。
Now stop it, just make sure he won't die before I can try to collect from him. We already have this in the bag anyway. 9,000 gold. It would be like 450 for 1,500, sorry. But the passive so doubles the money you get.
お願いします。今のうちはこの手に全てを。いい夢を。
Oh, and he's asleep now. How unfortunate.
最後の考えておけ。
残りにかけて。私は頭脳ロック。知恵こそが全てに勝る。雷鳴よ、轟き響け。耳を澄ませて。すぐ直します。行くわよ。直すわ。こちらの番です。力を込めて。タッチ終わりです。なんとかなりましたね。
And Shiva gets the final hit.
これほどとは。
クラウザー将軍。
So this time I might have overdone it. My party is level 40 and this class is level 32. But as I found out yesterday, these numbers are deceptive. The fight against the Jester was very difficult. And I was also over level for that one. And this was still just a mid-boss.
強くなれたのです。
ずっと考えていた。何のために槍を握るのか。だが答えは出ず、拾ってもらった陛下に。あの暴君に従い続けた。俺は
まだ息があるようです。荒梅様。
もう私たちの敵にはならないでしょう。それに彼はこの国に必要な人になります。
脆いわ。連合軍とやらの結束はその程度か。兵たちよ、勝利の時は今ぞ。その命世に捧げよ。さあ、あがいてみせよ。
I just realized that their soldiers have their faces hidden by the helmets and our soldiers don't. Get it so you don't feel bad when these get killed.
陛下、お下がりください。バカを言うな。引けるわけがなかろう。しかしこのままでは。希望を捨てるな。絶対にだ。 光は必ず。本当。いっけー。
It's Richard.
何が起きたのですか。
With a new outfit.
よう、王女様。
シャール。
国のみんなに聞いたんだ。リーベン王の仇を討った王女様が全てを捨て大陸の未来のために戦おうとしてる。俺らはどうするってな。
荒梅様。
俺たちリーベンも戦うぜ。守るべき未来のために。
リシャール、
一緒にぶちかまそうぜ、荒梅様よ。
About that, I was thinking about an interview with the creator of the Biden of Isaac.
正面からお邪魔するか。
To summarize it, at one point he was going to add the enemy from a mod. I mean, a bunch of enemies from a mod to the official game. And then he had like critique about one of the enemies because it was a creature with like no features, it had no face. And he said that was a problem because if the enemy has no face, you don't feel bad for killing it. Looks like there's a shortcut back to the city now. Because I do need to rest first. Oh, it is just the entrance to the castle. Russia has been conquered. As of now, these citizens put up no resistance. Is the dialogue gonna be different now? Now, why to say what shall become of us? Sometimes I think there is no creature in this world crueler than man. I agree, actually. The people at the tavern are having a good time too. Don't think they even realize what's happening outside. These guys just talk about coffee. And the village is now crowded, but the king has 3 personal generals. And you never seen them. Either a bit generals first or seek the king straight out. Oh, we will actually have a choice in this. I'm guessing that if I just follow the marker, I'll get to the boss fight. But I'm supposed to like find and beat some optional bosses here first. I think this should go to Viator. Oh, that's the prison I escaped from before. Back Jorik to dark.
さてと頼むわね。万丈この一手暗闇を手応えあり。単純な攻撃だな。行くぞ。任せて。闇を払え。効果的な戦術だね。さっさと終わらせるな。
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that I also gave Larona a light magic. Because I felt like he should have it.
始めるわよ。闇を払え。こちらの番です。お願いします。お二人にかけ終わり。歌がやんだわね。
I should keep track of which doors I already went through. He could get lost in here. And check out those blood spatters on the wall. And that one must be one of the generals. Oh, Defender of Power. So that time there was a fight where you can't win, you actually fought the 3 generals. This Zone of Power, there's gonna be on of Wealth and Fame later. Anyway, it must suck being born in this universe and finding out that you're weak to both. When Rain of Hours is a thing. I imagine it's like your blood type. The Leisha's just hits the damage cap. The amount she just is the maximum can deal, unless you get a specific passive that lets you go beyond it. Which is why I think it's generally better to have skills that deal less damage but are multi-hit, like Yuki's strongest attack. Because then you take longer to hit the damage cap, since it's split across multiple hits. Nothing is still him. Blasting with a machine gun instead of a rocket launcher, basically. And going beyond that, it's gonna come at an opportunity cost, because you have to use up your passive slots to equip whatever passive lets you go beyond the damage cap. Now it's a good time to go back and heal, since like it's a straight line from the entrance to this point. And if I have to do this again, it's gonna be a longer backtrack every time. I think I've been here. It's like where there was the dormitory room. Haven't gone to this corner yet. I don't actually recall if dungeons in Octopath 1 were like this, but in this game I really like how they really want to make the dungeons in a building like this feel like an actual place instead of an RPG dungeon. Yes, I like chests, but sometimes there's nothing to loot, it's just a room with a specific purpose. Like it feels more realistic almost. Hellish Flame. I also forgot to check the skill I dropped from the general. It's an AoE fire attack. Seems to be the same thing as Spark of Fire, just more expensive. I wonder if that's if that means if it's stronger. Select a weapon, counter physical attacks for 3 turns. Oh, this sounds like Viator's Parry, but better. If like charging BP makes it last more turns. Yeah, parry will just nullify damage on counter now. Now how do I get over there? Trying to figure this one out. There might be a passage in the first floor that I missed that leads you to this part of the chest. Because I can't think of any other way to get in there. Actually, no, can't see any other staircase that would lead to that point. Maybe it's in a different place. Because I don't think anything on the right end would take me to a room that's on the left side of the upper floor.
よくそらいやここまでだいい論文が書けそうだ
That will take me to another room, explore up here first.
すぐ終わらせます。
よく書くいや終わりだな真理への道は一日にしてやらすさ
Oh, I was going to miss this second mid boss. And if nothing else, we should do this because I think they also drop Radiant Cornerstones, as all elite enemies do.
それ役に立つ万丈この一手そういうことか手応えあり
さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
さっさと終わらせるにあった任せてちょうだいリズムを感じて聞きなさいよく観察して分析に回らせてもらうよ砕けろ
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
耳を澄ませて救済私は頭脳労働担当なのだが
Yeah, there's Defender of Fame before we beat the Defender of Power, I think. The next one will be the Defender of Wealth. It's one for every vice.
砕けろ行くわよ頼むわね休むわ
こっちの番だ。
Let's try this counter position skill. And if I set it to counter with spears, it's gonna damage his shield every time. Yes, it's one of the 3 enemies from that winnable fight.
退屈してたんだよねいいね真っ黒だ感じて行きますよおとなしくしていてください任せてもらおうそういうことか手応えありやめたまえ
そこだ。さあ行くぞ。
任せて直す効果的な戦術だねどうしよう任せてちょうだい心地いい風行くわよ
お任せを。
任せていい夢を行くわよ頼むわね休むわ置いたわダメよ行きますよここは私の舞台2連打万丈この一手
I used Swing Bash because I thought it dealt damage with the Tomo, not with the axe. Whoops.
一肌脱ごう砕けろ熱い誇りにかけて砕けろ行くわよ気ができた今が攻め時です私の身をゆと全力で聞かせましょう波状射撃よ舞台が整った力を込めて立ちます今さら泣いても許す
Nothing to steal from this one.
逃がさないわ
Out is inflicted blinding, but I think that's the effect of her weapon, not from this skill.
いい夢をこう体に教えてやる甘いでさっさと終わらせる任せてちょうだい
Oh, Yoki's passive where he attacks from the back row. I wonder if I can make other characters learn that. It would be great for someone like Laurana since she's on the back row most of the time.
大検証ブランドに片付いた
He just ceased to exist when the sword fell on him. Did you see that? Yeah, if he poofed out of the existence, we couldn't even see that. He was there 1 second and the sword fell and he was gone. Just delete it. And surprisingly, nobody needs healing. Probably have to revisit this place later to see how we get to that chest. I've been here.
始めるわよお任せください
I think I'd better start recording my characters as screen. At this point, it's easier to get to a battle in style to have Macy heal everybody. Than to like go back to a town, rest at the end, go back to this point in the dungeon.
まだ行けますよ行くわよ万丈闇よ手応えあり
さあ行くぞ
突き合わせ恵みを与えたまえ行くわよ退屈してたんですいいねいいね始めるわよ恵みを与えたまえ守りを固めようそれくらいもう大丈夫ですよ
I was stalling so that they get some more speed back. But then the enemy does strike counter. Hi there. Oh, I bet King Part's gonna be up there. But I still have one mid boss to kill.
万丈こらいいかここまでだいい論文が書けそうだ
Oh, the princess's chambers. Prevent Trident Terror. Say, bit situational, but if it go for somebody, I think it would be to either Viator or Laurana. So both of them are already have very good accessories. I think with how high Laurana's SP already is, plus the fact she recovers some every turn, she's not gonna do this one. So I don't really remember like which debuff is Trident Tower, what they exactly do. I think one of them is the one that doesn't let you use BP or gain any. I mean, this they place from a couple cutscenes that I recall. I like that you can actually get to them. Oh, but there is no mid boss here, so... Did I just beat 3 of them? I just forgot, or is there one more left? Yes, it's awkward because I don't think there's anywhere you can look to make sure. Or maybe the king is not like immediately up there. There's still somewhere... Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be immediately the boss because there's no save point here. There is always one before a boss. And that must be his bedroom. Oh, there's... Yeah, even if you didn't see the previous two bosses, which one do you think this one represents? Let's take all this before the king sets it on fire.
興味深いサンプルだ。歌に礼を言うよ。行くわよ。頼むわね。それ役に立つ。万丈こそら。そういうことか。手応えあり。
さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。さっさと終わらせるにあった。ブーメラン。耳を澄ませて。歌に効果的。万丈この一手。暗闇の手応えあり。耳を澄ませて。返し切る。救済ありがとう。すみません。よく観察して。暗闇を手応えあり。こっちの番だ。私が相手だ。行くわよ。ブーメラン。リズムを感じてお任せください。
Mace just have some SP to recover.
万丈この一手。任せて。暗闇を光を散らせ。いや、今のうち直すわ。一気に叩く。いい夢を捧げる。いきますよ。勝ちます。やるべきことはわかるね。体に教えてやる。今のうちは任せよう。我が名はビアトル。退屈してたんです。いいねいいね。さて楽しもうか。覚悟しよっか。
Hey, another fight. He needs to be pretty lucky with the weapon debuff.
覚悟しよっか。任せてもらおう。私は頭脳の暗闇を行きますよ。光を散らせ。お願いします。ありがとう。
ありがとう。さあ全力食らえ。
今のうちに直すわ。このまま生きて帰さない。しまいなさい。波動射撃よ。旋律のままに。いざ立ちます。
一気に叩き。
任せて。この手に全てを。いい夢を。やるべきことはわかるね。ピークの怒りを受けよ。ダメだ。これほどの相手がいようと。
It's something pretty easy, but I'm still worried about the actual final boss. If it's gonna be stronger than the Jester was. So I think a big problem with the Jester was his magic attacks. The King will probably have more physical ones. And Viator does much better against them. I think that was everything. Just should get into a battle to recover some SP. Alright, there is no enemies here because when you're around the map doesn't get red, so that means it's like a safe area. I don't have weak SP items, so the middle ones I should save for if I need it during battle. So I'm not that short on SP. The Leash will recover some from just from being in the back row. It's so hidden, so I think I'm already. Just remember to use some food for once. Alright, Delia would be good. Too bad I don't have it. Hey, me'll be afraid, yo. Do you think he could smell it from the throne room? I mean, that's how the villains in this game know that we're coming. They smell the food we're cooking.
お父様。
荒うねか。外の世界を見てきたようだが、よもやお前が世の前に立とうとはな。そこに立つ者は何人たりとも容赦せん。自害せよ、荒うね。二度は言わぬ。
And they get hungry. Yeah, it's psychological warfare.
エリカと同じ姿になりたいか。よかろう。
He's a fantasy villain, so I bet he has like a plan to become immortal. But the issue here is that if he kills his only main daughter, then there's nobody to succeed him. Because his jester is dead, the General Marius died, his other daughter is dead. She's the last like possible successor to the throne here.
エリカの最後を見たか。その目で世に憐れみを請うていた。世が剣を振り上げると、それは絶望へ変わった。荒うねよ。
Oh, there's the other general. I guess he would be the last option. He's still alive.
嘘 姉さんは希望を抱き最後を迎えたはずです。
He has at most 10, 20 years.
誰かが受け継ぐと。
Well, I disagree. I think he has at most a dozen minutes left.
姉さんは信じていた。私にはわかります。
ざれ言。希望など死に至る毒。その身をもって知れ、愚かな娘よ。世が安らかな死を与えてくれよ。
あなたは誰の声も聞かなかった。民の声も姉さんの悲痛な叫びも、どれほど犠牲を払えば満たされるのですか。もうこれ以上誰も悲しませぬ。私は戦います。決めたのです。私の守るべきものを。
愚かな民、国、世のすべて。その悲しみすら世がすべてやろう。世はすべてを極めしよう。
Or I am the mess
ど
of
こ
how
そが
he said it.
神ぞ。
Oh, right, this fight's gonna have 2 phases.
身はよ。
Totally forgot about that. The ring guides you, so I guess it's definitive. I do have my ring. I just thought it had been stolen. When I fought in as Eureka, he was weak to swords and light. Wonder if that's still the case.
そういうことか。手応えあり。さてと。覚悟しよっか。
さあ行くぞ。
Viator's counter is gonna be very good here with the spear.
我が名はビアトル。
耳を澄ませて。歌にありがとう。さっさと終わらせるよっと。
And already he needs out of SP. Good thing I have the skill now.
もらってくよ。万丈この一手。私は頭脳労働担当なのだが。そういうことか。手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
リズムを感じて。ここをはじける。休息にありがとう。
And so that's why the accessory that makes similar to Dragon Tower was just in the other room. At least Laudano won't be affected by this. The Great Dagger damage is still an item attack successful. Oh, I think that's good to use in the beginning of boss fights, so I can already get your item. That's a great animation. Even better because I get to revive items and I can use in the same fight if I need them.
全力で行く。私が相手だ。
よく観察して。砕けろ。
世にあらがうか。
さっさと終わらせるよって。覚悟し楽しんでる。そのままください。いざ。焦らずに感謝。
この気を逃さん。
With Laurana, I can start setting up the auto revives. He will be very important in this one because he's weak to daggers.
直すわ。悪いね。後期到来だ。アキークの怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。今のうちよ。直すわ。すまない。このまま生きて返さない。
I can't get money from him.
は波状射撃よ。戦慄のまま
makes his luck has not run out. Say another successful paralysis. This doesn't usually happen if you're new to this stream. This skill has a very high miss rate. Oh, he's weak to arrows. Also, I was planning to do something with Macy, but I forgot what it was. And now I've realized there's actually one disadvantage from counter position as opposed to parry. Parry will last as long as you get hit a certain amount of times, like it doesn't expire with time. Meanwhile, counter position works for a certain amount of turns. I guess this one works better if you have multiple enemies. That means you'll take more hits, so it's better that the duration is based on turns. This is better against a single enemy since it's based on how many times you're hit. So I can try and not keep the counter position while it lasts. Hasn't been too difficult so far. It's almost dead, but remember there's more than likely gonna be a second phase. If this feels easy, it's probably deceptive. Also, I don't think all my buffs will carry over to the second phase. And search my beloved DLC final blow. Literally final blow because it was a wind spell. Grant me my true form. Rest in peace, attendant. I think it's fine.
来ます。私の前から消してやるわ。
The Scholar King. Actually, I read something about parties being playable in the gacha game, but I didn't see him in the wiki.
歌にありがとう。さてと。それ役に立つ。よく観察。そら、そういうことか。手応えあり。
さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
リズムをお任せください。焦らずに行きましょう。さっさと終わらせ。覚悟しよっか。
さあ行くぞ。
I almost said he looks like an Elden Ring boss, but I guess yeah, Dark Souls is pretty much the same.
我が名はビアトル。
よく観察して。そういうことか。手応えあり。
共に頑張ろう。
さっさと終わらせるには。
Oh no, Viator has dreads. I think I should have given that title to him.
覚悟しよっか。リズムを感じて。助ける。急すまない。悪いね。万丈この一手。ああ。砕けろ。
こっちの番だ。
任せて。直すわ。悪いね。さてどうしようか。それ。耳を澄ませて。行きますよ。
If I was rehabilitated, I can at least stop him from getting that debuff again. He just doesn't heal like the debuff he already has.
これで大丈夫。行くわよ。
Wait, that did heal his debuff. So it said the spell when it makes you immune to status effects at the same time. But the description doesn't make that clear. This would have helped me so many times if I knew it before. If you ever played this game, now you know at least like skills that make you immune to status ailments will also heal any that you already have.
お任せを。私が相手だ。
誇りにかけて。
Yeah, suddenly Macy has a lot more work to do then.
任せてちょうだい。頼むわね。覚悟しよっか。行きますよ。これで大丈夫。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
任せてもらおう。
Now should I give her an SP item so she could break that final shield?
耐える。
But Theater rises to the occasion.
私は頭脳労働担当。知恵こそが全てに勝る。行かず地を貫け。今が攻め時です。身を委ねて休息なの。感謝します。このまま生きて返さないよ。
I don't think I have to use Eternal Stealing since here roll to also do that.
まだ。波状射撃よ。
この気を逃さん。私が相手だ。共に頑張ろう。
耳を澄ませて。
From South Resident Great regardless. I'll say their games look really cool, but I don't think they're for me. Because they're known for being very difficult. That's kind of their main thing. I think if I stream something like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, you might expect that to take like half a year to beat. Not from the length of the game itself, just from how many times I'll have to retry. How many game overs it get. Yeah, these are mods and strategies for that. Which I honestly don't think they enjoy following. Because I think even if they weren't so difficult, they're not really my type of game. Like in general, I don't like a lot of 3D action games. I think for me to like them, you have to lean a lot into the RPG side of it, like basically what Trials of Mana does. And it's sort of in mightiest, because when most people think of video game, they probably think of a 3D action game. Like, they think of the typical Sonic exclusive. Have you realized that Viator basically has a most size gimmick from Arknights as his ult? He creates water clones of himself. Oh, did he just counter? Either that or it was an end of turn effect. Everybody got a great turn healing. Yeah, he does have a counter. Even if no weakness, that dealt a lot of damage. Oh, it's because he has a physical counter stance. That's a big problem because I don't have any source of fire in the like it's basically on Alex and Laurena. I think if I try to break the shield, the counter won't activate. Like got the variant.
大丈夫。
こっちの番だ。
任せて。
And it's dangerous having Laurana up front because that will mean Viator is not there.
私が相手だ。ありがとう。
And apparently the enemy's counter won't counter like your counters. Like how Viator just did.
万丈この一手。
Let's bring the guy back.
私は頭脳ロードを担当なのだが、出る杭は打つ。そう考えていきますよ。
Oh, he switched to a magic
お願
counter.
いします。息つい。力をこん、いや、今ですよ。
一気に叩く。
任せて。たったこの手に全てを。直すわ。丸いわね。目を言うよ。泣いても許さないよ。
I like countering counters in this guy. So you can do that in that game. Can like ping pong a bunch of counters until somebody dies.
今のうちよ。
And Laurana's ult is a auto revive, but for everybody in the front or back row.
祈りよ、届いて。ありがとうございます。やるべきことはわかるね。アキークの怒りを受けよ。私は頭脳ロードを担当なのだが。
But I'll see what Alexa's ult looks like.
マギア・アポクリファ。今が攻め時です。
It looks awesome and it's incredibly powerful. It's an AoE, so usually expect it to deal less damage, but it hit the cap. It will do that much damage to a bunch of enemies at once. That's wrong thing. Yuki's one target damage ult.
お願いします。休息ね。リズムを感じる。
主を知るだろ
いざ。これで大丈夫。さてどうしよう。過剰射撃よ。行くわよ。
お任せを。ああ。私が相手だ。
観察して。出る杭は打つ。手応えあり。
So bad that Alexa's incidental analysis don't show you the enemy self. It just fills the main analysis skill.
覚悟しよう。やっこちらの番です。
うまい。
お任せください。
Let's give everybody another buff, cause why not?
惜しみなく使います。まあいいわね。
こっちの番だ。流れる水を捉えられまい。
これはピンチというやつかな。
Okay, I can't play around
一
anymore.
肌脱ごう。アキークの怒りを受けよ。わかった。持ちか。こちらの番です。
And he's getting his shield back.
任せてもらおう。任せて。一肌脱ごう。私は頭脳ロードを担当なのだが。
Oh, I think I should have used Search's ult on Yuki and then use Rain of Arrows to take out his shield.
研ぎ澄ます。はい。さてどうしようか。覚悟しよっか。
さあ、
行こう。いやー、それ。これでどう？今さら泣いても許さないよ。頼むわね。大切なバイバイ。
And he's gone. So looks like if an enemy dies to an ult, he just vanishes like that. You skip the effect when they normally die. It's not over. Oh, there was no victory screens. There's a third phase.
我が魂を捧ぐ我に
I was not trying to like be resourceful with my spin though, because I thought this was the end.
どうか力を貸して
Hope I don't lose this one, because how much time is it gonna be to do this all again if I have to dragon? He might beat the Volcanism as the longest boss fight in this channel's history. It's like Chimera of our previous bosses. I think you're onto something. The legs looks a bit like Augustus monster farm. The neck is like Herminius. Actually, kind of forgot what Titus boss farm looks like, but it might be this. The arms.
この世の全ては世のものぞ
私たちは前に進むだけです新たな未来を作るために
Alliance spares our advantage.
ありがとう
ありがとう
Oh, thank goodness. I'd have to begin this fight to just scrambling to get my party like back on full health. Yeah, also she's gonna help this time.
息つい歌には今感謝するさてと頼むそれ役に立つ
鬼気な
バンジー
Oh,
ラ
look to
の
the
ために
future.
一肌脱ごうそういうことか手応えあり
こっちの番だ我が名はビアトル
リズムを感じて息つい歌には
鬼気な
さてどうしようか
Okay, it does not have HP Thief, not yet at least.
任せてちょうだいあ置いたはダメよ
私には効かない
この一手一肌脱ごう砕けろどうか
こっちの番だ我が名はビアトル
耳を澄ませて休息に感謝する
鬼頑張ろう
さてと頼むわね頼むわね休むわ
さあ行くぞ
任せて頼みます
我が名はビアトル
任せてもらおう手応えあり感謝するわありがとう行くわよ
Oh, nice. She healed the status effect from everybody.
退屈してたんだよね覚悟しよっかリズムを感じて
But just in case that should be someone immunity. Also, his body is sludge. Him has spikes and fur, and the arms are the power boss and his crown face. So he really has the 3 bosses in 1.
これで大丈夫よく観察してストップ研ぎ澄ます砕けろ
さあ全力で行く私が相手だありがとう
I wonder if you can stack Viator's 2 parry skills. Like, maybe you can activate the one that lasts a set amount of turns, and the one that lasts a set amount of hits, and then the game will wait for the turns one to end before consuming the turns one, if that makes sense.
覚悟しよっか行きますよ ここは私の舞台。大丈夫。誰も傷つけさせません。これくらい怒りにかけて砕けろ。
こっちの番だ。
任せて。直すわ。ありがとう。さっさとありがとう。今が攻め時です。お願いします。休息これ私をそら体に教えてやる。今のうちよ。私に力を。直すわ。すまない。どうか今さら泣いても許さないよ。過剰射撃よ。舞台は整った。息つい。お任せください。いざ。これで大丈夫。このまま生きて返さないよ。
I can steal money this time. 17,000 of it.
力を込める。全力でいく。
Also, when I take a moment to pick a move like this, it's because I'm waiting for the buffs to cycle to see what I'm missing.
私が相手だ。
これがキークの狩りだ。
We haven't seen Delicious out yet. I think that's the last one. It's just gonna be a big debuff. Oh, a buff for the enemies in the... A debuff for the enemies and a buff for the allies. Oh, really cool. I felt that attack was supposed to debuff, but so many of my characters have rehabilitate too.
任せてちょうだい。ネトネトにしてあげる。行きますよ。ここは私の舞台。私の歌。身を委ね。
Now here's what I should be going for all the time. Having searched User ult on Yuki.
未来のためにかけて。
It's a shame that it's very short.
任せて。そういうことか。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
Intercept, no weak points, so no attacks is not weak, I guess.
歌になります。
鬼切る。さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
And I didn't actually need the ult because he's already weak to boss.
よく観察して一肌脱ごう。
ありがとう。
未来のために耳を澄ませてお任せください。ここは私の舞台。休息の
感謝します。
さてと任せてもらおう。私は頭脳労働とあった力で。
ありがとう。さあ、
未来のために。
当てられるものか。こっちの番だ。頼みました。
頼みます。任せて。
お任せを。流れる水を捉えられまい。
リズムを感じて。これで大丈夫。さてと 今のうち直すわ。
やるべきことはわかるね。
一肌脱ごう。
私は頭脳労働担当なのだが、
かかったな。すみません。畳みかけましょう。ここは私の舞台。歌になりましょう。これがキークの狩りだ。体に教えてやる。
That was a Joe charging to almost hit the damage cap.
頼むわね。しまいなさい。波状射撃よ。
ありがとう。一気に叩く
ために
頼みました。
頼みます。
我が名はビアトル。
耳を澄ませてお任せください。いざこれで大丈夫。さっさと終わらせるねって大切な私に全部よこしな。
Elemental Spirits
大い
Mastery.
に感謝。未来
I
の
like the sound of that.
力だけじゃない。そういうことか。手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。
任せて。
我が名はビアトル。
満場この一手。出る杭は打つ。
こちらの番です。ここは私のお助ける。特急の歌を聴かせましょう。
恩に切る。
未来のために任せてちょうだい。
Now would be a great time to use Surge Azoto. I wonder if she has it.
ネコネコにしてあげる。
さあ行くぞ。どこからでも来なさい。
満場この一手。分析に回らせてもらうよ。
砕けろ。耳を澄ませて。私の歌身をゆがる。悪いわね。ありがとう。行くわよ。
Darren works like a charmer,
こっちの番
even
だ。
if he's not weak to boss.
頼みました。お任せを。
任せて。
お任せを。あなたにこれを。
さてと。リズムを感じて。息つい。力をこされ。
こっちの番だ。頼みました。
これでどうか悪いわね。これがキークの狩りだ。
私は頭脳労働担当なのだが、マギア・アポクリファ。
今のうちよ。
So if I got it from her voice line, the Japanese name for that skill is Magia Apocrypha, which they had kept out in the English dub.
効果的な戦術だね。
惜しみなく使います。癒しの歌ね。
全力
Oh,
だ。
nice. Say full SP recovery for everybody.
分析に回らせてもらうよ。
怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。全力で頼むわね。大検証ブランドに。すみません。未来のために。
I think this is the end.
パーディス三世を撃ちます。守るべき者のために。癒されるわ。
効果的な戦術だね。
Never mind.
倒れられないの。
But I think we're almost there. Oh, everybody has full BP, so you basically are supposed to finish him off now.
お任せを。
任せて。祈りよ届いて。ありがとう。傷を癒やしたこちらの番です。お願いします。息つい。これで大丈夫。行くわよ。味わいなさい。過剰射撃よ。アキークの誇りに勝つ。ありがせてちょうだい。始めるわよ。傷が癒していきますよ。ここは私の舞台。お願いします。一回試験。歌いありがとう。大いに感謝する。どうか任せてもらおう。アキークのそれ我に力を貸したもん。行くわよ。
I have so many lost right now. So many I decide to keep track of them at this point.
全力で行く。覚悟しろ。
耳を澄ませてください。すぐ直します。ありがとう。押し捨てるの。ありがとう。未来のために。今のうち直すわ。こう到来だ。頭脳ロード。いざここまで。力を欲すれば力に敗れる。世の道理だ。
We did it. I think this time I was actually over-prepared. But the fact I got so strong off stream was accidental. I wasn't even trying to grind my levels.
よこそが。
お父様。ここまでです。お父様。
世は何者だ。富に飢え私腹を肥やす王か。権力や名声を欲し虚勢を張る王か。世は
あなたは何も手にしてはいなかった。孤独な王です。
Was a master of naught in the end. I couldn't think of a better insult.
皆さん、ハーディスは撃たれました。これ以上の争いはやめるのです。私たちの勝利です。
So the war was won by Princess Salome, King Solon who led the Allied resistance in the Kingdom of Riven. He shall not be the Lord of the Rings. The existence of the rings that put the hour in danger was concealed from the people, at least until somebody else steals them, I guess. Because there's still a plenty of game left to go. Chosen One was reigned by only a handful of kings, their story lost to history. So I think in the gacha game, the Chosen One is just whatever character is your first slot. Because you don't have an avatar in that one. Oh, actually, that's something I would really miss if I were to play the gacha game now. There is no avatar.
少し緊張しています。
So that's one thing that will deter me from playing that.
陸の英雄よ。あなたなくしてこの日は訪れませんでした。
さあ行こうぜ女王様。
この日を共に迎えられ
I feel out of place. Can I get the Regal attire as well?
150年前
I could be the... I mean, am I not basically the king of Wishville?
争いの果てに王帝が崖の上に建てた国、それがエドラスです。人とは欲深きものです。時が経ち、エドラスは多くの国を傷つけ従えました。争いから生まれた国はまた新たな争いを生み、ここにいる皆さんは大きな苦しみを分かちました。しかしそれでも私たちは希望を捨てなかったのです。いかなる時も皆さんには守るべきものがありますか？私にはあります。エドラスの未来です。母と姉から託された希望の光です。守りましょう。己が大切なものを、己がこのぬくもりを守りましょう。己が家族のかけがえのない時を守りましょう。誰もが分け隔てなくある日を共に歩むのです。その先にきっと望む未来があります。オルステラに光を。
Yeah, so it was set by the welfare people. Queen Alaunia took her place on the throne. Edoras during Altinius signed a new non-aggression pact on the occasion. The House of New Queen, her kindness and her grace were sung all over the realm. And towards Terra came a new age of light. She looks very pretty. I think my favorite from this game wasn't Sorcerer, I've ended up being Alone. Now, despite the sense of finality here, I mean, it feels like it's been forever since we began this quest. This is basically the game's halfway point, and I think that will become clear in just a bit. I guess that if this was the gadget, this was probably like the final chapter when the game launched, and only later the more story chapters came in. When I started Dark Knights, I think War in Flower was the last chapter, the one where you fight Talula. So for a long time that felt like just the end of the main story. Yeah, even the credits are playing, so I guess this was originally the end of the gacha game story. But I'll take everything I've done up until this point and now double it. That's what we're about to do. We'll do it all over again. But it was like 80% done. Yeah, the game said take 100 hours. I think my playtime now is 40 something. So it checks out. Is that Sazantos? Got all of my rings back, plus the one from the Scholar King, so that's probably one more ult I've unlocked. Extension Elephant's Wisdom. Reduce skill cost to 0 SP for allies for 2 turns. It sounds really powerful, although I don't run into the issue of running out of SP. For now, because I think Hidden is the one that mainly has this problem, but then she can get it back with SP Thief. And it's largely thanks to Search as Invigorate, because whenever she uses a buff, and she has a couple AoE buffs, everybody gets SP recovery. I have to walk away for the quote-unquote finale, but as I've just told you, it's not the end of the game. But first I'll take a break and I bit of an extended one, because like by this point I should have gone from a long time ago. So I'll see you in a moment, a long moment. Hi there. How long did that take? Wonder if it was too much. In fact, I took so long to come back that if I wanted I could run another ad already. You know how some old Namco games have a minigame in the loading screen? Like you can play around while the main game is loading? And you don't see that in other games because Namco patented it. Maybe you could have that but for streaming, like something interactive while I was out on break to keep your attention. Although to be fair, a lot of you probably do something else while you're watching. I probably leave you on second monitor. So you're busy with something else anyway. So thanks, Knight. Come with you again to the island so that the rings can be stolen again. I think they're safer in my person than if we steal them somewhere. So I doubt you can actually refuse to do it. Also, I'm saying that you probably do something else while watching me. It might just be projecting, because that's what I do. Like, I already don't watch streams a lot, but when I do, it's not, I'm not only watching, I'm doing something else. That's just because a symptom of the fact that we just don't have enough free time nowadays. We have to multitask. I haven't been home in a while. Funny enough, I don't even need to rest. And I still don't have the food that Search wants. I don't even have the recipe. Most popular dancer in Sunshade, she's slowly begun talking about her past. Her hometown somewhere in the flatlands, but her house no longer exists. Will dance with me. will come out of the sense of few bruises. It's a very dangerous one. Well, I have no Alexa, so I'll have to just take a guess to what she's weak against.
行くわよ。さてと。今のうちに直すわよ。全力で。もらうわね。行くわよ。波状射撃よ。やるわよ。
Oh, Jolter shot actually works really well in duels.
もらうわね。味わいなさい。波状射撃よ。片付いた。
And now I actually have to take in a
私のものね。
throw those spin rolls, but there's only one bet. Well, only one bet. What shall we do? And she has a child here, birth father, so they have instinctual ring. We've heard about that. Because they're too well developed an obsession with rings. So now she's more obsessed with Yuki and wants to try roast Iridov. What? This explains this passive where she's strong if she's with me in the same role. And by the Yuki master, that passive give them to someone else. But what a diverse set of what a bucket list. She's obsessed with Yuki and wants to try roast Iridov. Which I don't have. And all I can do here is I have to build the arena, but I still don't have the materials. In fact, I made no progress on that end. Last ours is the entire lemon tree. Also, there's an elite enemy in the sea that I couldn't beat before when I tried off stream. I'd like to give it another shot now. Plus, it's down there. It's a catfish. And you can tell I tried this before because I did already uncover its weaknesses. I think I was just a bit less health than King Partisan.
退屈してたんだよね。それ役に立つ。よく観察して分析に回らせてもらうよ。暗闇よ、光を散らせ。
行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
リズムを感じて。
歌に目を言うよ。さっさと終わらせるにあった。ブーメラン。よく観察して暗闇を光を散らせ。
こっちの番だ。
And it looks like he mainly goes for magic attacks, so physical counters don't help that much.
力を込める。当てられるものか。
リズムを感じてはじける。休息ありがとう。さてと
Wish Kashkin's Thunderbolt despite being a water ground type. Yeah, his ground, so at least he does damage himself with his Thunder spell.
味わいなさい。
万丈この
一肌脱ごう。これなら
こっちの番だ。
I'm afraid. Not to know.
耳を澄ませ。覚悟なさい。さてとブーメラン。アキークのボカン仕上げの時だ。
この気を逃さん。
任せこの手に全てを。直すわ。ありがとう。今の直すわ。全力で頼むわね。休むわ。任せてちょうだい。大検証ブランドに畳みかけましょう。お願いします。私の歌身を委ね。丸いわね。ありがとう。これがアキークの狩りだ。
私は頭脳労働。知恵こそが全てに勝る。闇を包み込め。
わけには済ませて。身を委ねて休息。ありがとう。行くわよ。
So if the sword out crits, it will hit damage cap without having to be level 3.
行くわよ。直すわ。
よく観察して分析に回らせてもらうよ。
任せて。
暗闇を光を散らせ。
全力で行きます。
よく観察して暗闇を
行くわよ。
光を散らせ。
頼みます。さてと
Oh, the Ota's already run out Searcher's buff.
お願いします。息つい
万丈この一手。暗闇を光を散らせ。楽しんでる。
一気に叩く。お任せを。
祈りよ届いて。
悪いね。今さら泣いても許さない。大切な私に全部よこしな。このまま生きて返さない。
味わいなさい。波状射撃よ。逃さないわ。頼みます。
お任せを。
この手に全てを。いい夢を。今が攻め時です。息つい惜しみなく使います。
悪いね。やるべきことはわかるね。
Let's rot on ancient magic because I love that skill.
マギアアポクリファ。今さら泣いても許さないよ。
Damage cap without a crit.
せーの。いいねいいね。真っ暗だ。目を言いたい。さっさと終わらせ
こちらの番です。始めるわよ。
I don't think I'll be able to break the shield this time.
直す。
効果的。万丈。
Yeah, I gotta think half my party has auto revive just in case.
知恵こそが全てに勝る。暗闇を光を散らす。目を言うよ。
お任せを。全力食らえ。
行きますよ。お願いします。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
行くわよ。ブーメラン。
よく観察して。
アキークそれ 我の力を貸したもん。
共に頑張ろう。さあ行くぞ。
Yeah, not only that wasn't that powerful, but just from the passive healing I have, my party is almost all good again. Just delicious on the yellow.
耳を澄ませ。アキークのホップとアキークこれならば仕上げの時だ。今よ。大検証ブランドよ。片付いた。
So what do I guess from that? Oh, it's a semi-dance master. Also, I forgot to check out this card up from Bardis. He's only dealt by the elemental attacks, so this goes for Alexia. I was wondering for a second if you can equip the same support skill twice to stack it, because the game didn't explicitly say that it doesn't stack. But it will let you equip two of the same. Yeah, great dagger damage to random foes. Then move to the back row. I wonder how useful that's gonna be. I totally forgot Yuki had the wildfire. Now I'll actually head to the island and see if I'm getting my ring stolen again. Actually, I wonder if that would be the gacha game's plot, the gacha game's plan to have this story going forever, just like as long as the servers are up. So never run out of content. You just get the ring stolen again every time. And I overleveled for this area, so I'll just be running for everything to get a move on.
Field work と行こう。さあ、フィールドワークと行こう。
I've completely missed this spot before. And that's one way in cornerstone I didn't get.
う 端に
ねえおゆよ
行くわよ。
退屈。それ役に立つ。ゆくそらそういうことか。手応えあり。
さあ行くぞ。はっよっ共に頑張ろう。
よく観察して。雷鳴よ轟き響け。
リズムを感じて。
That's one big frog. Is that a frog actually? It has like a fish fin, a fish tail.
特急の歌を聞かせましょう。やるのよ。さてどうしようか。楽しんでる。舞台を聴かせてください。特急の歌を聞かせましょう。
この気を逃さん。
It's called the Cetus Maximus, mas that's good as far as what Cetus means.
いい夢を。
全力だ。分析に回らせてもらうよ。マギア・アポクリファ。ここまで。力を欲すれば力に敗れる。世の道理だ。
Okay, this is the best ult to finish off an enemy with, because there's that big flash of light. And when it turns the enemy is just not there anymore. It's kinda cute. I can imagine like a plushie based on that enemy. Looking pretty cute. Viator could use more evasion. His build is largely based on that anyway, but that's will come across with a lot of defense. And the actual defense buff for this shield is pretty low.
始めるわよ。
私を退屈させないでくれよ。
選ばれし者よ、ようこそ。指輪を取り戻していただきありがとうございました。面目ありません。我々が指輪を奪われ、
Forgive us for allowing them to slip to the hands of darkness, so long as you don't do it again.
道化師に受けた傷は深いものでした。しかし我々は指輪の巫女、使命を果たすまでは死ねません。
I was about to say that they should just get more
人差し指の
get more people to protect rings. They had the same idea. Oh, 5, so which one is a finger? Teoria de pointer finger, filia de middle finger.
小指のシグナと申します。
Must be unfortunate having to be the middle finger.
封印はより敵者となるでしょう。
Wonder if they are playable in the gacha. I didn't see them in the list when I looked. Signa, the little thing, she looks different if only because of her hair color. Feel like she's gonna be important.
儀式は明朝に。祭壇の外にてお待ちください。
さて、儀式まで時間がある。指輪を取り戻した力、今一度試させてもらうとするか。我が炎も行く先を探している。 そなたが勝てば今度は私が力を貸そう。
Let's do this again then. A Knight Ardente is charged with protecting the Divine Rings. Feel no physical resistance as well as that of the rings. Oh, it's 30, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And it's not even a duel.
ありがとう。行くわよ。それ役に立つ。よく観察。そら。そういうことか。手応えあり。
涙れ切り。こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
さっさと終わらせるにあった。ブーメラン。みんなしてください。すぐ直します。よく観察して。手応えあり。
光きらめけ。さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。こっちの番だ。
Oh wait, he's got BP now. Is that gonna be a thing with the future bosses?
私が相手だ。
万丈この一手。暗闇よ手応えあり。行きます。行きますよ。覚悟なさい。さてと。ブーメラン。
はっ。そこだ。
よく観察して。アキークの声ならば。こちらの番です。お返し蹴り。休息に。さてと。ブーメラン。今のうちね。直すわ。
この気を逃さん。
この手に全てを直すわ。
すみません。
小松のままに。はあ、お任せください。息つい。おとなしくしていてください。
Again, I think Mace did not miss the paralysis even once today.
味わいなさい。波状射撃よ。今のうちよ。
流れる水を捉えられまい。
これがアキークの狩りだ。
闇を包み込め。
受けてみろ。当たらないぞ。
涙れ切り。
そこだ。終わりです。手強い相手でした。
What just happened? From my end, Sazantos and Viator like just entered a cartoon God of Violence, and only Viator came out. And I honestly could not break down what happened to you, because when you have 8 party members at once and each one has their own set of passives, it's very hard to keep track as like for why everything is happening.
聖火神の指輪は代々聖火主司長が手にしてきたものだが、聖火神はそなたを選んだ。そなたの力は清らかだ。闇に飲まれず邪悪な者たちから指輪を取り戻した。私は人の欲を見すぎた。そなたはそなたといるとなぜか心が安らぐ。今宵はゆっくり眠れそうだ。
お前の旅を覗いているぞ。
Who's that voice
お
from?
前は指輪を使い、多くの人やことを正しき方向へ導いた。そしてお前は旅により多くを手にした。だが分かっているぞ。 お前はまだ望んでいる。心の底から欲しているはずだ。さあ、もう一度教えてくれ。お前は何を求めて旅をしているのだ。
Yeah, huh? My preferences have not changed. That out of this, I still like money the most. I guess now we're actually gonna find out what these characters are, because I hadn't realized none of those three are the villains from the start of the game. This one just has a similar color scheme to Titus, but it's not him. This obviously is not August. And I thought this one was Herminia, because she looks like this sprite. I just want to get a picture of her for comparison. So from the beginning of the game, you weren't being shown the actual villains you're gonna face in the beginning. So here's actual Herminia in the beginning of the game. I thought it was her in this art because this sprite looks quite similar and like who else would she be? And like it's common in RPGs, especially classic ones, that the full artwork for a character is a bit different from the simplified sprite version. Now you realize they really are not the same character, and what really gives it away that these two are not the same is it's Termina's cleavage, which this character is notably missing. So that's why one way you can tell they're not the same person. And of course, this also wasn't apparent in her small sprite. You only get to see it in the detail boss sprite. And I don't think this choice matters a lot, because you can do them in any other order if it's like in the beginning. Power to provide, find what quantity of needs. I think we've seen this before.
お前が望むものは富でいいのか。
Start from the woodlands.
望むままに進むがいい。これから先もお前の旅が興味深い。
Also, I was looking at OBS for a second. One thing appeared that made me think I had accidentally stopped streaming.
目覚めたな。
I froze for a second.
さて、そろそろか。
選ばれし者よ、お待たせしました。さあ、どうかこちらへ。マディ、ドラメン、イグム、サルム、ロフェム、カダティオ、ノスタ。
Because what goes there? Because we were fighting out there, we're exhausted, so we won't be able to stop the inevitable thief that's gonna come in.
セレ・デシデラ・イミリ。
サティス・アテルフラマ。
Now that I think about it, you could make this a lot easier if you just if in the end the main character became a ring guardian. I'd like to see the avatar in that outfit.
指輪はあと3つある。オルステラのどこかで闇へ落ちようとしている。
Oh, 2 rings remain, so now Now we're gonna snatch the remaining rings from other people instead of having to recover those that got stolen. So we are doing this stealing this time. Which should be a fun change of pace. Xanthus has joined in because we already had him before. There's no pop-up to explain what he does. Although he's a bit late. When he first joined the party, he felt really strong. So much so that I suspected he wouldn't get him again, because he did feel too powerful, like his skills were too good. Mainly because he had one skill that was an AoE healing skill, and one where it let him deal shield damage no matter the weakness of the enemy. Now that doesn't feel like much big deal, because with Mastery and Dotes you can do that with your other characters. So it doesn't feel like stronger than everybody else. I would have liked to have Eureka back, but I don't think that's happening. But whenever you get a new party member at this point, you really have to remember to do this. You go to the training grounds and you set a new character to train, so he'll get some experience in JP from your battles. When I killed the 2 cats offstring, I had not done that to Therion and Primrose, and then I really regretted it when I saw it. That's why they don't have as much JP as everybody else. They get the massive bonus from the cat. And it's very important to get JP on your standby party members, because you can use Mastery to take their skills and give to your main party. That's gonna be the main usage of the characters you're not using. I haven't checked this shop in a while. A Vest of Joy. It's a huge physical elemental. Its poison blades sleep behind us, silence the errant paralysis. That's going for Viator. He basically never failed to be a tank now. They have the Princess and the Knight. Small chance to reduce target speed. Since I have so much surplus money, I think I'm getting this passive. And we can save like if the double cost of SP becomes a problem. Without the passive healing I have for SP, I'm hoping that won't happen. So there goes half my money. And Viator's old armor could go to someone else. There's Alpha, Power, and Fame again. Also a bunch of new party members. This one has actually already been there before, but I just thought this would be too hard. Now I'm closer to this level. But those two are inside the town, so they should be easier. I'll begin with them. Hey, Frog, is that the new party member? I guess it would be Alfin. He is the apothecary character from Octopath 1. Back to his village. Band of with Grand Meteor is up now. I'll see what I can do after the stream. I think I forgot to do a couple days of the free pulse. These two use almost the exact same sprite for their bodies. I think the torso is actually the same. How much you owe? I have a lot of money if I need. Getting new party members, I actually have to wonder now if I'm ever going to replace anybody, because I'm really happy with my current party at this point. And it's very well rounded out, because I have almost one character of every class. So there's a hunter, thief, a scholar, another hunter, dancer, apothecary, warrior, and cleric. The only class that's missing is merchant, because I have 2 hunters instead. Want me to start painting his stand? I think Alfin's quest in Octopath 1 was all about that. I think there's one chapter where his deal is that he wants to heal people for free. There's one chapter where there's another apothecary who's... I think she's causing people to get sick and then selling the cure. And it's very fun because the boss is an apothecary. That's very unusual even in this game. I wish there were more bosses like him representing all the other classes. It's mostly warriors, and even when it's something like King Pardis was a scholar, but he looks like a warrior. He has a sword in the... I want to see more like dancer, merchant bosses, apothecaries. I think the reason I didn't see King Pardis when I was looking at the playable characters in the gacha was that I was looking in the Warriors tab, and it might have been the Scholar tab. In any case, it's gonna be weird if it's playable in that game. Add to Flames with Swells. And I can also try to get some more quality stone. I think that's what I need for the arena. A lot of them. A certain couple series really showcase that healing powers are OP. I already believe that. I don't have to be really convinced. And cleric bosses are another thing I'd like to see more of. Now flowing from Shield Hero is not a apothecary, he makes medicine in the traditional way. I would not have guessed. Oh, it's just a random bear. Yeah, it's just a bunch of random encounter monsters. Although they're quite a bit stronger than they normally are. You only get stealing magic later on, which is also surprising to me. I thought it would be more of a tank. Because it's in the name of the show. And try to break things out once, basically, and try to just unleash all my AoE attacks. Once they're broken. Though the bear is gonna be left out. Nice. Needs to learn the language first before being able to read a grimoire to learn magic. Meanwhile, a bunch of other isekai take a shortcut and make it like in this different world you use manga to cast spells. And since the main character can already read manga, he's a super powerful wizard right off the bat. There's a really large number of isekai novels that use this exact same gimmick as I recall. But I might be wrong about that. Maybe I just saw one novel repeatedly and didn't realize it was the same one. Funny how my avatar actually feels pretty natural in this cutscene, because his outfit score matches with everybody else. So learning the written language during weeks straight. That's actually pretty fast to learn a new language. Say some people you spend their entire lives interacting with a language and they never become fluent in it. Make sure you eat well.
俺には命の恩人がいるんだ。薬師を目指したのもその人に憧れてのことでさ。あの人の背中に近づくためにあんたと一緒に旅していろいろ勉強させてもらうぜ。これからよろしくな。
Learning written language is usually easier. I think that depends on how we interact with the language, if it's mostly through conversation or through reading, and how that language relates to your natural spoken language. And now, even if you get a character that you don't plan to use now, you have to pay attention to their skills, because you might... you can master them to give them to your actual party. So they're never gonna be like... they're always gonna be useful in some way. For example, if you're a native Portuguese speaker, which I am, from just looking at other people, I find it that you have an easier time learning. If you're learning Japanese, you have an easier time learning to speak it and to write and read it. Because the syllabary and basically the pronunciation of Japanese is actually quite close to that of Portuguese. Does take a lot of learning to be able to speak it correctly. I actually see a lot of Brazilians in Japan who they're able to hold a conversation in Japanese, but they can't read or write anything in Japanese. Their knowledge is very unbalanced like that. Oh, back around up. I don't think this one is where I get a party member. Oh yeah, it's outside it, huh? And spoiler, it's gonna be Alberic, the warrior from Octopath 1.
教えて。
The heir apparent to House Villeneuve, how do you pronounce it, to Shepherd's Rock. His biggest grievance is constant need to clean up after his father, the current lord, who seems to attract all kinds of trouble with his kind and generous nature. As he's out about the so-called unbending blade, I think that's Alberic, hired by his father. He's unkind, drinks too much, and is too kind with women. Looks like I want to be starting the next main plotlines today. It's just gonna be catch up on these side quests. So all this is gonna be for next week. But when I said that I'm basically gonna play the game all over again in terms of how much is left, I wasn't kidding. Because you're gonna have its wealth, power, and fame again. I think it's 4 chapters because it's a prologue plus 3 main chapters. Don't remember to have a finale. And after that, you get another quest that's all 3 of them. And that's also gonna have 8 chapters, like Master of All. And that's gonna be the end of the game. And I'm taking a second break before I continue, so see you in a moment. Oh, chat is pretty colorful up there all of a sudden. First of all, I'm terribly sorry that I took this long to come back. I actually didn't plan to have the second break be this long. But Alexis has raided the channel, thanks a lot. You were playing the new Arknights episode, right? The one I was actually streaming last week. I hope it's been fun for you. If I have to leave, that's fine. If you'd like to hang out, that would be also be great. I often forget to shout out people when they raid me, so let me get around to that. Alex is a friend of the stream. He often streams Arknights. He also plays the new one, Enfield, a lot, so please check out his channel and follow it, especially if you're interested in Enfield. Also, I think I tapped it wrong. Okay, that's one command to shout out. I know there's one other, which I don't actually know how to activate it. I always get to the command wrong. Is one where I think Nightbot tells you which game you've been playing before. I see other streamers use it all the time. It's also a shame that because he read it off stream, the alert did not play. I mean, I can have Twitch send a test alert just to show you what it would have looked like. Here, this is what you should have seen when you read it. Just pretend it says Alexis down there. I also have to catch up on the chat. I'm here to ask where that Platinum X Yuki, I think you mean, where the dodging is. I remember talking about that. I want some fanboy X female action. Me too, and I actually have no idea how much. I want to see more of that. Now let's find Albrecht. Sounds like he's trained in earnest. Mayhaps so. Mayhaps so. What's that? He's sounding like he's working hard. Basically this guy thinks Albrecht is a farce. But from playing Octopath Traveler, I know he's not. But this guy is not Albrecht. He has his outfit. Isn't that genre starting to pick up in popularity? As someone who's always looking all over for this genre, I don't think so. It's mostly confined to some out-of-the-radar visual novels. Like, I actually, off the top of my head, I can't name one anime or manga that has a fanboy and female couple. If you stretch a bit what you consider to be a fanboy or an otokonoko, whatever you wanna call it, then I think you'll find some more. But if it's the way I want it, it's like a really very effeminate cross-dressing male character that's very, very hard to find. Oh, he had rats and birds in his pockets. And he's throwing them at me. And this must be the actual Albrecht. He was sent to learn the monsters. My name is not worthy of mention. That's exactly what Albrecht would say. Wait, didn't he head this way? How is he up there now? Also, the king's just hanging out here in the middle now. And he talks like he's never met me before, which might be intentional. He might be want to conceal that the ring better, his identity from the public. King of Aldinia, known for his abundant wisdom. He has a playful side too and likes to travel around disguised as a merchant. His favorite food is lamb, however you say this, which is also Saoirse's favorite food. You wish to reclaim the homage that you lost? My sovereign return to the manor. That's gonna be the faker. You must have your reasons for not saying, case follow me. Just so done she wasn't an anime but kinda close. Is it a manga? Because I never heard of it. Do it for all the folk that died. End of the end on drinking. Because I actually said I can't think of anime or manga of that genre off the top of my head. It's just some visual novels. And I generally actually enjoy reading more than watching, so I'd actually prefer if it's a manga. I do not wish for it to be disgraced by scoundrels like yourself. Oh, they hired this guy thinking he was over. An imposter, basically. There's also like skirt in the title, if that was too vague, I'm realizing. You mean that's just so done she's not the full title? Oh, apparently just so done she's an archetype. Which seems to be the just okay, this is weird. I'm looking at a wiki page that explains what a just so done she is. Says it's a term for a male character who cross-dresses in women's clothing while still retaining some aspects of being a man. Unlike Kotokonoko, they do not look completely like women, still have traits of being boyish. It says that, but then it gives you examples, and all the examples are just full-on cross-dresser characters that look just like girls. So I think the definition is a bit confused there. And as for the manga, you're probably talking about this one called Just So Done She Was Skirt to Onugitai. Which I'll check out for sure. Ryomo tamani wa uso tsukuyo so one you also might like. Also, I wonder if my Japanese pronunciation sounds better than my English one. Oh, sure, check that one out, and this other one we just mentioned, if it's anything like it. I think the fact is this kind of pairing doesn't have an actual genre, like a term for it, actually makes it a lot harder to find it. Maybe we should make up a genre, like we could coin a term for it right here. Because it has to come from somewhere, right? Yeah, time to fight this guy. Oh, I had completely forgot about the Wild Thrust. But it is just Rain of Hours, but with a spear instead of a bow. Which could be nice to teach to Viator. I think he's the only one in my party with that can use spears. Just in case a boss has that weakness. Also, after battle, Beric is pretty strong. I used to be a apothecary back in Hornbug, but lost my family in my shop after in that war. And I resented you for that, decided to besmirch your name because of it. I think Oberic's plot is one of the ones of grander scale in the first game. If I recall, it basically ends with you inciting a revolution. Ability to create concoctions that attract monsters. Oh yeah, that was a sign that he was an apothecary before. Believe you unite to be in similar straits.
俺の名を語ったあいつに対して偉そうな口を聞いてしまったが、俺自身未だ何も成し遂げてはいない。ただあてもなくさまようだけの男だ。だからこそ 見出したいのだ。この剣を振るう意義を。お前と共に歩み、俺は本物の剣士になってみせる。長い旅になりそうだ。では参ろうか。
Alberic a warrior capable of fighting with either swords or polearms. Acts as offensive and defensive powerhouse, even deals great damage to bosses with swords and polearms. I think if you're playing this and the Viator is not your tank, you can make Alberic your tank instead. So in comparison, I think Alberic will be a bit more oriented towards damage than defense, but I think he had a skill that a defense buff skill. And you can cover anything missing with mastery. Actually, at this point, you might not have Viator actually. I got him because I started with that key item. And I don't know if I would have found it at this point if I hadn't. Maybe Viator would be unrecruitable way later. And I'm sure he's gonna have something that I want to transfer over to Viator. Now Slash looks quite useful. Yeah, I think that's an AoE sword attack. Although I think I have a skill like that. This one, Brutal Sweep is more expensive, but it hits twice. It's also an AoE. I just don't recall where I got it. And there might be time to meet with this last party member. Also, I just said I thought. I just said that there is no anime and manga genre like a specific term for a romance between a fanboy character or an otokonoko, whatever you call it, and a female character. I'll propose calling it the Yaguru Magiko genre. Yaguru Magiko is the Japanese term for the cornflower. And I propose this because one, it's similar to Yuri, where Yuri is also named after a flower. It's how you say lily in Japanese. Meanwhile, the cornflower is my flower motif. The flower you see in like my intro screen and actually in this fairy overlay, if you look just above me, that's the cornflower. Maybe I should start using that as a term to refer to this kind of romance and see if it sticks. If I was a very popular VTuber, I could probably get people to start adopting it. Oh, that dish I crave it so. The one that feels both better and so. Among scholars, my palate it graced. Of mild and mellow flavors it did taste. Yes, with letter R, its name starts out. With V it ends, I have no doubt. He wants to say ratatouille. I recall that when you make your character, you can choose to start with this item. And I didn't think it was really worth it, because it's a consumable. But if you started with the ratatouille and you held on to it until this point, you'd have it now. Also, this is the new recruitable party member. I have to make this food to recruit them. Which I can see later if I can. I don't even know if I have this recipe. Let's end by trying out this elite enemy.
成果を見せましょう。
It's a nice remnant with a whole 28 to his shield.
歌がさてとそれ役に立つ。
そういうことか。手応えあり。
行くぞ。
Scenes are dangerous.
我が名はビアトル。
リズムを感じて。
ありがとう。
すみません。
さてどうしようかな。覚悟しよっか。
こっちの番だ。
直す。
ありがとうね。万丈この一手。
Seems to be quite tanky. Oh, he's taking very little damage because he's resisting any physical attack.
そういうことか。手応えあり。
さてどうしようかな。任せてちょうだい。
Sarja sounds very different when she's speaking from pain.
味わいなさい。味わいなさい。リズムを感じて。歌ありがとう。
礼を言うよ。
始めるわよ。
Is provoke is still on?
全力で行く。私が相手だ。
よく観察して。
秋以降ならば。耳を澄ませてお任せください。
Yeah, keep attacking Viator, exactly what I needed to do.
全力で行きます。さてと。頼むわね。任せてちょうだい。秋以降の
私は
誇りにかけて。
頭脳ロード担当なのだが。
And I was gonna say I need to heal Viator because he just took a hit, but suddenly his self is back to full, almost full.
私は頭脳ロード担当なのだが。分析に回らせてもらうよ。
やっ。
そうだ。さあ、行くぞ。しっかりするんだ。
わかりました。ブーメラン。こちらの番です。お願いします。お任せください。焦らずに行きましょう。
こっちの番だ。
任せて。頼みます。
流れる水を捉えられまい。
秋イクの誇りにかけて。
Now he switched to magic resistance.
任せて。一肌脱ごう。行くわよ。退屈して覚悟しよっか。
さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
リズムを感じて。お任せください。ここは私の舞台。助ける。急三分のありがとう。任せて。やっ、仕上げの時だ。お任せください。おとなしくしていてください。
一気に叩く。
I was sure that now Mei should break her streak of getting the paralysis right every time. She didn't. Did I equip her with something that improves accuracy and I forgot? I'll have to check this later. Seems like this fight will take a while. I'm fighting over here, so I head it out now. That's fine. Thanks a lot for training today, you know. I'll see you next week. And I end this thing as soon as I'm done with this fight, whether or not I win it.
お任せを。
直すわ。ありがとう。
このまま生きて返さないよ。
休むわ。波状射撃よ。これがキークの狩りだ。
Oh, there's one thing I was talking about. Yuki dealt over almost 6,000 damage per hit on the 2-tier shot there. It was a single hit with the damage combined to the hit damage cap. But since we split it on 2 hits, your potential total damage is a lot higher.
私は知恵こそが全てに勝る。 床槌よ貫け。礼を言うよ。さっさと終わらせるにゃ。覚悟し
行くわよ。頼みます。
我が名はビア
こち
トル。
らの番です。ここは私の舞台。歌に
ありがとう。よく観察して。
一肌脱ごう。やっ
さて楽しもうか。どうよ。
リズムを感じて。ここは私の舞台。
Our searcher's ult is at level 3 now.
私の歌に身を委ね。悪いわね。感謝するわ。
共に頑張ろう。
任せてもらおう。
私は頭脳労働担当なのだが。
一肌脱ごう。秋それ我が力を貸したもん。
ありがとう。
こっちの番だ。私が相手だ。
さっさと終わらせるにあっと。
任せてちょうだい。耳を澄ませて。特級の歌を聴かせましょう。アキークの誇りにかけて。
知恵こそが全てに勝る。出る杭は打つ。
I forgot that Delicia's a 3-hit wind spell.
退屈してたんだよね。
任せてちょうだい。
さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
耳を澄ませて。
ありがとう。
悪いわね。さてと味わいなさい。
Is the ult still up? I think it's run out now. Oh, never mind.
うまく直すわ。
やるべきことはわかるね。マギア・アポクリファ。
Ikemen Yoshi does so that she's like gonna feel like Tombies.
一気に叩く。
I'm actually not a fan of them personally.
任せて。
But I'm open to a romance featuring one if I like the rest of it.
直すわ。逃さないわ。
Like if the characters well made, I can like pretty much from any archetype.
この手に全てを。
頼みました。
この手に全てを。いい夢を。舞台は勝ちます。全力。大検証ブランドに。
やるべきことはわかるね。
一肌アキークの怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。行くわよ。
I think I should give Delicia to tier shot or just to keep hitting the damage cap on the single hit from Radiant Tower.
直す大いにアキークの誇りにかけて。
知恵こそが全てに勝る。出る杭は打つ。
行きますよ。ここは私の手。惜しみなく使います。ありがとう。行くわよ。
Maybe before everybody.
退屈してたんだよね。私に全部よこしな。
Oh, I was distracted by that. I was paying attention to his buffs. He was resisting any physical attack.
さてミスった。始めるわよ。
And even ults are subject to it.
全力で食らえ。
こちらのペピ覚悟なしまった。
万丈この
アキークをならば行きますよ。
さてどう。いいねいいね。
こっちの番だ。
But this BP boost does wonders for breaking the enemy's shield, since everybody can do a full 4 hit attack.
今だ。
今更な。
味わいなさい。片付いた。
I got an elemental hatchet. Oh, I see why it's called the elemental hatchet. It could go to Macy, she occasionally uses a spell. Same for Delish and Duke actually, often use spells on occasion. I'll have it on Mace for now because their current axe is a bit outdated. And I'll end today's stream here. Godin will have to wait for another day. Whenever I'm able to make the food he wants. As for how to wait today. Thanks, Knight. See you next week. There's someone else playing with a character who looks a lot like mine, like down to the same class. I think that's why I'm raiding today. And that's gonna be it for this week. Thanks a lot for everybody who's been watching. I hope to see you on next stream. We're continuing starting the second half of Octopath Zero. Maybe it won't be as long as I'm thinking, because at this point you're past the entire learning phase, so you might get things done faster. In any case, I'm ending now. Have a good night.